Maajabu inaweza fanyika hapa. Ngoma ya madiongo tutaimba.
Tuneke kwa juu basi.
Hiyo tunaweza hizo. Askari mwagike sasa ni kuna
sini kule hizi fruits nionekana kwa fruit.
Kule.
Jaribu.
Aya. Waza. Karibuni. Welcome to the Homie Vibe Podcast, episode 14.
14. Sindio ni 14?
Yeah, ni 14.
Atamko hapa.
Mwanza na oza.
Wote nimeona siku hizi wazazi tunawajibu na mtu unaitwa na baba yako. Like oza. So yeah, oza.
Oza weekend. Ile video fulani ya oza weekend. Nimekubali.
Yes, nimekuwa mimi nimekuwa poa wiki mbili I think. Sichokuwa around but look at me now. I'm back.
2 weeks tumekumiss. Tumekuwa hata. Welcome back. Karibu.
Thank you.
Jambo watu ulikuwa wapi? Ulikuwa unafanya nini na nani? Watu wanakuwa into details sana siku.
Nilikuwa Gatondo North, watu Matara.
North
North hakuna politician ako North. Ni Wanjiko Akika.
Matara sio zako.
Kuna Matara sako by the way. Iko hapa Ruiru bas. Ruiru ndani. Ameweza fika kwetu kumbe. Nice.
Mtu anapanda hizo kwenda Gatondo?
Azifiki? Ambazo zinaitwa kwenye.
Si
aziji kwenye zinaitwa madam.
Kuta kutu Matara sako. Kutu kuletwa Matara.
Gatondo.
Kwetu mpole.
So nilienda nyumbani kuwasalimia wazazi. Na kuona venye anafanya na nikapata mazuri. Ng'ombe imezaa. Nilipea ng'ombe maziwa na mkono yangu, it felt so good.
Ndama unawaita
ndama. Okay, si ng'ombe sorry, ndama.
Ulipea
Maziwa na like it was
ulipeaje?
Ulikamua ama ulifanya nini?
Sikukamua like
ulipea maziwa hebu
like si ilikuwa kwa mdomo. Vidole zilikuwa kwa mdomo na ndani ya sufuria, so inanyonya vidole yako ikifikiri ni
Tanzania ni dada wewe.
Bana alafu puppies nilipata puppies 5 of them puppies.
Pia dogi nini?
Na tulicheza nazo. No, but I was so happy. Kuna puppies, lakini sasa dada aliniambia ataziuza cause mother alikuwa anashinda complain. Zina ni hectic kukaa nazo. Pooping kwa compound and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was happy to have that chance of playing around with them.
With animals.
Yes.
Lakini mambo yako fiti. Karibu lakini.
Thank you. Yes, that's just a brief. Yeah.
Wiki yako imekuaje kabaki?
Kiambi imekuwa fiti manze. Nothing new, nothing interesting.
I feel like talking.
Nothing new may happen. The same usual shit to connect to may happen.
Ndio tu fiti hapa tu nio.
Kuna kitu may happen. Sijui hapo imekuwa.
Yangu imekuwa fiti. Pia nilienda home hii wiki. Gotea wase huko nikapata wamefungua kanini. Etongaje? Zoo ama nini ya mapaka. Paka ya mother imezaa.
Multiply.
Na hiyo wanapata para tu.
Kila mahali.
Nini kama dogi bebe inatoanga nini mob kama dogi?
Mimi sijui. But nilipata like 4 ndogo. Zilizoacha zikiwa ndogo ni kubwa saa hii. Na zilikuwa 2 plus zimezaana hapo. So ziko like 7 cats in one house.
Okay.
Mnaishaje?
Hapo kuna nyeusi hapo tupaka nyeusi wewe.
Alafu zote ziko kuna za black brown simple. Alafu kuna moja tu ndio brown white. The rest ni same color. Ni kazi ilikuwa to the same father. Nikarudi.
Hakuna mtu amepata homa so far.
Mimi leo nikapata wako tu sawa. But my mother is complaining. Kuna.
Wakati uleta homa.
Kuna watu wanapatanga homa juu hiyo kuhachu sana.
But hiyo ni kazi nyingi. 7 cats.
Hiyo maziwa kwanza manyama. Cleaning up.
Kwanza anyway, apart from that wiki imekuwa fiti. Siwezi complain. Although nikaingia kwa shida. Hiyo ni story for another day.
Why is it you and trouble tend to, you know, mnatafuta nanga?
Shida gani? Tueleze mazetu. Unasemanga a problem? Inakonga nini?
A problem shared is half
solved.
Exactly.
Lakini ishasolviwa dile tu.
So tuambie labda tukusaidia the other half. Labda umesolve.
Nikuhusu ile post yangu. Kumbuka ile post?
Mimi sijui. Mimi na audience atujue, hebu tuambie.
Hiyo ni story for another day. Tutachapia tu next time hiyo. Hiyo tu ni ya nyuma ya tent. Otherwise wiki imekuwa fiti. Siwezi complain. Saja amekuwa kishow up. Alafu sorry. Nimesahau best yangu alipoteza Buddha. Yeah.
Pole.
Condolences. Alimzika jana. Condolences, yeah. Otherwise wiki imekuwa fiti.
Mnikumbusha hata mimi ni lose relative on Friday. Yeah, I know.
Umenotice vile death inakuwa mingi towards December.
Sijui mbona inakonga hivyo. Like unapata like umesurvive the whole year alafu inafika. Hadi inakonga I think pia ni towards the New Year's Eve kama unapata na so many road accidents. Sijui mbona. Sijui nini happening like kuna some logic behind.
There is a myth that it's time for sacrifices. It's a myth. Sijui kama ni kweli. Ndio nimesikia. It's a myth like any time ya sacrifices, so watu kufanya sacrifices watafuta njia ya cause hizo accidents somehow.
Ni kama kulikuwa na theory fulani time ati unajua pastor every time anakuja anaenda to a certain town ama nini lazima kutakuwa na so many road accidents. Watu wanasema ni kama ni blood sacrifice anafanya. Share story.
Nasikia anaishi Karen.
Anaishi?
Anaishi Karen.
Anaishi
Karen. Kwa time nilikuwa natembea na mzee wa Uber. Sijui nilikuwa nafanya nini Karen, honestly hata mimi sijui. Hata sikujua niko Karen but aliniambia unaona hapo niko pastor. I'm like, huko ni wapi? Karen. I was like, okay.
Ulikuwa unatembea na mzee wa Uber?
Si kutembea pasi like mtu for crying out loud. We were driving now.
Ambao tulipe mtu wa Uber twende.
Oh my god.
But sijaelewa nini happened when this. Sipata ushaisikia story ya msee ule venye kikaribia New Year watu wanapasingi sana like mwaka kuisha. Towards the end of the year kuna kongana so many unexplained. Unexplained.
Niambia ati ndio watu wako wachache Christmas.
Punguza budget ama
Punguza budget.
punguza. Mwanzo kutafuta nguo za Christmas bebe mapema man.
Leo kumbukezo enzi.
Kuna Halloween.
Halloween.
Baada ya Halloween imekuwa serious
Sasa
baadaye.
imekuwa serious. Halloween
Kitambo imekuwa serious.
from 28 to 30.
Because according to some research.
Okay, according to me Halloween has been a big deal since forever. Yeah.
It is the best time to cover up
Madness.
It's the best time to do that.
Okay, in terms of Kenya noise now. You want what in Kenya?
That's nice. Pata wiki yako imekuwa aje by the way?
Wiki yangu imekuwa poa, I'm recovering.
From how busy and hectic it was.
Masaibu.
Baada ya mambo ya kidogo hapa. Can you the rest of this? Maumivu imepungua.
Nini li happen? Waambie watu unasema
Tell us.
It's not important for now.
It's not important.
I feel like
It is what it
it's
is.
important.
What?
Okay, sawa.
Yes, kutoka job late na inaleta ngori sana. Inafanya kwa hivyo. Anyway, talking of job.
Yeah.
Adai tuongelee story na workplace. How toxic it can be. Vile mnaana express yenyu kwa workplaces zenyu.
Teacher, I have a lot of experiences to share.
The teacher.
Toxic work environment ama ni workplace environment, ndio?
Basically toxic work culture.
Work culture.
Basically. Nianze wapi?
Anza.
Usiniambie mwanzo.
Okay.
Kuna place inaitwa
In the beginning. Sasa nianze na masaibu kama msichana ama masaibu kama employee ama masaibu kama
Hata kama employee msichana.
Oh, by the way, kuna expresses different.
exactly. So kuna tuanze kwa favors. Ama tuanze kwa hata tuache na favors. Au tusha employee si ndio? So tuanze na favors. Whereby people watu wa complexion yangu, we are perceived as wajinga. So hata mtu akiandika job, there is this need of you feeling like you have to prove your experience, your skills, your need, as much as mopata job. So okay, that's one. Whereby you Sunday elaborate aje. Mtu tu anakuja kukupatia kazi, kuona kama unaweza kuifanya. And mind you, si ati ni mtu hakuwa kwa interview, kifanywa interview, alikuwa na alisikiliza hizo maswali zote ulilizwa na kukajibu vizuri na ukasema hapana, nimefanya sijafanya. But nikaa kufeel convinced. Yes, anajua kuna ile kazi. Si kuna ile kazi ukiambiwa you're starting on Monday, kuna ile kazi unapresentiwa. Yeye on top of that atakuja kuongezea ile ya to prove to that person that you are worth having this job. You need to show us you actually do what you said you can. Which our job is all about that, but sielewi kwa nini mimi day one ndo napatiwa that task on top of all of us. Well, all of us, for example, day one si unafanya orientation but mbona mimi napatiwa kazi immediately. You get like
na nikuulize based on that analogy ya complexion. Hiyo narrative ya complexion at a workplace inaweza kuwa different with someone with different complexion, but with a different agenda.
It can, but actually there's an even group I am in, watu wa PR communications, and it's something they bluntly say it, like mtu mweupe atapata kazi compared to mtu dark.
Hiyo ni both genders ama ni
So in short
No,
in short she's trying to say pretty privilege.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Privilege.
Because you feel offended below.
So and they say it out loud, and they say it like you know, it's not, si kila mtu mwenye akona hii complexion ni mjinga, si kila mtu akona hii complexion alipata job yake through kulala na their forces and all of that. Some of us it's hard work. Some of us I needed to even work harder
to be in that position.
Yes, but it's not considered. It's just, well, you are pretty, you are when you mweupe, so basically within inakwanga even the pretty is mostly inakwanga imefichwa na hiyo kwa mweupe. Sijui, I think it's that stereotype, I think yenye mzungu ni better kuliko mtu mweusi.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still something we need to face.
Mzungu ni better kuliko
mtu mweupe ni better kuliko. So you see how kitambo would see tourists and we are like, you know.
Oh, yeah, so for the appearance.
Yeah.
But for the IQ ni different. Okay.
Yeah.
Kama express yako on that.
What place?
Oh, you kitu ni nice.
Oh, you kitu.
Yeah, no, just cute.
Hapana, story na privilege mimi siwezi relation nayo, but mimi nimekuwa I think nasema nimekuwa kwa hii job industry for a while. The last place nilikuwa nafanya, okay, sijai get kitu moja ilikuwa inanisumbua na place nilikuwa nafanya, sijai get the need to ya ku expect msee ku over deliver, like una expect msee ku over deliver, yet like you're being underpaid, and at the same time you go over delivered, see it like this
haikuwa kwa JD,
haikuwa part
kwa qualifications,
haikuwa part of the agreement ama ukisign contract akuwa na haikuwa job description. Sijui kama ni Kenya ama ni hivyo, sijui mbona Kenya bosses wanakuanga hivyo, like unapatia mtu job una expect mtu, so unajua like normally mostly jobs zetu tunakuanga tu 9 to 5, see most of the time ni 9 to 5 unapata, ni 8 to 5 actually, 9 to 5 kweli, sema tu 8 to 5. 9 to 5.
Most of them ni 9 to 5. Okay.
Okay, let's mean ilikuwa
8 to 5 ni walimu wanasali.
Na wewe tulifanya kazi like mimi kama mimi hata kazi nyingi ni hizo 8 to 5.
8 to 5, sema. Yeah. Sijui mbona like unapata unaingia 8 to 5 bado like kukiona sema kuna msee there's a time msee alikuwa ananiambia like ukipata job mahali ifai uwe like like you should do what you're expected to do, like wewe fanya chenye unafaa ufanye. Time ikifika ya time clock out wewe toka uende nyumbani, because anything if shit happens ukiwa at your workplace no one will like ukiweza mess up kidogo hivi ukiwa job hakuna msee
nitasema easily be replaced.
Yeah, you can easily be replaced. Hakuna msee
by Monday watakuwa
ameshapata msee mwingine.
So whatever you do, whatever you need, like
replacement yako anakuja matanga yako.
Ndio.
Oh yeah.
Ni furaha actually kwa mtu mwingine.
Talking on that note bana, wewe sio kwa replaced. Shisikia uchungu.
Geo statement ama
As a replacement. Mimi my first work nilikuwa nafanya kazi kama lab technician. So, wafanya kazi vizuri.
And lab technician.
A lab technician. That was my first work.
Ulipata ni chemistry.
Yote tutaongea nyuma ya tent. So, but haikuwa ya shule, ilikuwa sisi tuna mix chemicals, alafu tunatuma kwa mashule.
Yeah. Sio Kariobangi.
Hapana. Sio Kariobangi. Sisi tulikuwa tuna supplier supplier hizo ma pipette, ma burette, hizo ma acids. Una make sure on the same percent. Una make sure kwa percent fulani before utume shule. So, ulikuwa unafanya kazi na bidii vibaya sana.
Ulikuwa unafanya kazi na bidii?
Na bidii. Alafu
bidii ilitoje?
Hard work.
Yaani kampuni ndanga bidii.
Hard work.
Kujituma.
Kwa nilijua after hapa mshahara nenda tu pale hivyo. Alafu unapiga tu simu na boss. Usikap job.
Like usikam forever ama
usikam tu wewe tu
usikam
forever.
Ndio ukamwambia like how do you respond to that?
I was young. Niliumwa tu. Alafu after a week
uli respond at the immediate response.
Siku respond. Sababu alipiga simu akaniambia kakata. So the next week nikaenda hiyo base kulikuwa na fellow employers walikuwa wamesema rada askap tutembelee. So asikuwa najua place wanaenda kula lunch.
So yuko anaweza ingia job.
Nikaingia tu kaenda pale place wanakula lunch. Cause uchi obviously anajua. So nikaingia napata tu replacement.
Unapata replacement yako anakula lunch na wenzako.
Mbaya. kitu ni uchungu. Alafu naangalia ulifanya makosa gani sababu hujachelewa job.
Labda ulikelewa.
Sijafanya kitu yote. Alafu mtoi wa employer alikuwa best yangu. Mtoi wa boss wangu. Anapigia kijana.
Koshia kumkulia de.
Kuna. Akataka kaniambia brother surudi. Anambia mimi budako alitoa. Aliambia nisirudi job. Anyway, hiyo kitu ni uchungu sana. Replace na uko.
Ndio nasema up to date ujiko ndio ulikuwa job.
Hadi leo sijui. Alafu kutoka hapo nikaenda kuwa
Fungua roho.
Sana open space.
Yakuwa nini niseme aje. Nilikuwa nafanya kazi hosi pia. After hapo nikaenda kufanya kazi hosi. So nilikuwa naosha lab coat za madaktari. Hizo manini za bedsheet za wagonjwa. Na pia kutoa nini takataka kwa hosi. So alafu kuna takataka different. Ziko tatu. Kuna hazard
non-hazard.
Nimesahau hizo. Kulikuwa na tu black ni kawaida, yellow, alafu red. Red ilikuwa tu za red zilikuwa mostly za hizi vitu toxic kama kama mashindano, kama azili kuna handliwa differently. Hiyo as nikiingia lab nilikuwa naingia lab na kama nimejifunga vitu mingi ndio in case hadi mask ndio nikiingia nisikuwe infected na those things ziko huko ndani. Alafu hiyo inatoka nje ya hosi, inatoka place different. Hiyo karatasi ya yellow na red zilikuwa zinaikuwa place same. Ya black ilikuwa inakuwa anywhere. Black ilikuwa takataka, plastics, vitu za mabii mseme tumia glove. Tuko hapo. So nilikuwa nafanya kazi kwa hosi. Alafu after hapo ulikuwa unaosha area ya hosi. Unimagine ushafanya kazi yote, ushaosha lab coat, make sure iko na hiyo line ya nini. Daktari akiingia aivae, make sure iko very clean. Umepiga pasi.
Unaosha na unapiga pasi.
Unaosha na unapiga pasi, ngoja inakauka.
Because a lot of people like kwa wengi wamekuwa
ilikuwa private hospital. So ilikuwa tu mimi peke yangu. But the bad thing about kufanya kazi kwa hosi ni kufanya kuenda kuosha choo.
What do you mean?
Unapigiwa simu. Kuna mgonjwa mess choo. Wewe na manini enda kupata
Hiyo ni shit manasa wanafanya ngaba tu ni kuna kama na watu.
Kuna workers, kuna wase wanaitwa casual workers. Sasa upate kama mse wa casual worker jaingia, ni wewe ndio uko juu yake. Kama mtu mwingine from wewe ndio nurse, ndio daktari, alafu ndio admin. So kama huyo yuko, nani ndio next? Si ni wewe?
Karabila have one question. Sasa tulifanya film.
Nilifanya film.
Brand
Nilifanya film.
Maliza swali yako.
And in the rest of the part kama mshiki na kuipa kwa simu.
Brand mwendo. Na miss they get more. Unasikia nini checking sana sema like your boss and your coworkers are not your friends.
Exactly. Trust. Yeah, that's very true.
Like,
that's very true.
Not at all.
Kwa sababu
Why are not they your friends?
for example kazi yangu ya kwanza niko sure tu niko waka alifanya nikavutwa kazi. Cause
How sure are you?
Cause
can you not make a friend at work?
You can, but it's very hard. According to me.
I think to make a friend at work ni easy sana. Juu unapatanga job mostly wasa wanapanga wako divided into
Shit.
ni groups ama ni nini like ile kuna wase tu mta relate nao wale wase mnafanya the same maybe activities nini mta associate nao, but still mtu ajuangi like nani ataenda kukusnitch.
Exactly.
Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
So unapata mtu mlikuwa naye maybe mlikuwa mnafanya ile so and so nini. I think ishai happen here this place nilikuwa nafanya job like siko tunaenda ile mnaenda kuhanga utafuta job.
But I think you still can make a friend at work.
Yeah, you can actually. You can.
Huyo alisema all.
All.
Wafanyikazi wote si marafiki wako.
Oh yeah, tusi wote ni marafiki.
Endelea.
Kuna
ama useme you can make friends at your workplace but not all of them are your friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Niko na maanisha.
Okay.
Kuna place niko nafanya kazi manzi like unapata mmeenda kuhanga out, let's say ni sijui mbona bosses wanakonga so into sijui kama mna relate like bosses wanakonga so much into people's business, the employees businesses sana like unapata mtu sio unajua like hujai miss job like una reporting hiyo 9 to 5 kazi yako unaifanya to perfection, si ati uko na any kuna kwa na issues with your work kama ni like everything tu iko sawa but still unapata boss bado ako na issue na wewe. Like I put so much into your personal life, feel like
What do you mean so much into your personal life?
We are not kutafuta. As hata bila it say we are not kutafuta but go ahead.
Like unapata ko so much into your business kama like ataki maybe mwende. So unapata na job ile mna ku hang out ile after job ni sabo sa go into details hiyo. Oh watu wenda happy blah blah blah. Season story unasikianga like maybe mimi nilikuwa nasikiza story after job imeisha ndio nilikuwa nasikiza ma story. See time nilikuwa na job but actually siko na job anything iko wrong.
I think that happens to most what can I say? The startups business. Like keep at an established business.
Okay.
Now we know.
Kuna job zenye unaendaga like you just literally don't know anybody. Unaingia unafanya kazi yako unarudi home.
Kama mjengo.
But then nishaingia mjengo. Mjengo.
Wewe umefanya kazi.
Huyu ni hustler. Huyu na mtu.
Ni nini hujafanya mzee?
Wana nimefanya kazi mingi. Hadi ya mkokoteni.
Ulisikiza radio vizuri.
Wale nimehustle Nairobi. Nairobi nimehustle.
Wewe unajua bro yako anakusikia.
Bro.
Acha learn. Kaya yake jua.
Mjengo I think shida tu ni anakuanga tu foreman. Foreman ndo anakuanga ngori.
I think
time ya malipo.
It's part of their job description. They should keep you on your toes.
Hebu malizia kwa malipo. Juu kidogo na kubaka malizia kwa
malipo. Yes, najua kuna fundi na kuna mtu wa mkono. Sasa fundi atalipwa pesa kubwa, yes ni fundi. Yeye anajua kila. Yeye ameisomea. Wewe kama mtu wa mkono mli agree mnalipwa do fulani. Let's say unalipwa 1000.
Hiyo mjengo na mnalipwa pesa nzuri.
1000.
Na assume 2000.
Oh, okay, assumption.
Na assume 2000. Na assume. So alipo 1000. Inafika time ya kupewa pesa. Foreman anaanza story. Atichukua hii the rest utapewa kesho. Aje.
Sijafanya kazi nusu.
Aje. Hujafanya kazi nusu. Ati yachukua hii 200, hiyo 800 itakuja kesho. Ama kama ni ngumu, ungoja tutoe pesa kwa bank huko like from asubuhi tukiingia saa 2 to saa 5. Hiyo time yote au para chance kwenda kutoa do kwa
foreman anakonga the direct link na contractor money. The owner of the project.
I think ni nakonga direct na contact. Contractor anakonga direct contact. Alafu foreman na contractor. Ameza but either way kama
foreman is just a normal worker.
Yeah.
Mwenye ako in charge of
wasi wote.
But yeye afanyangi kazi yote, si ndio yeye?
Yeye ni kama kusupervise na make sure ile pesa ile mchango ililetwa imetumika accordingly. Mawe zimeletwa zimefika. Ana make sure ana communicate na contractor. Ilifika, yes, ilifika. Hii wamelipwa ndio anatuma imetumwa. Yeye ana coordinate contractor na hawa sana fanya kazi. La foreman ndo analeta wasi pamoja, analeta hao mafundi.
prefect wa mjengo.
Pili wa mjengo.
Na relate sana na zile memes za msana zile wa
Lakini I think every workplace iko na challenges zake. because hata kama currently I think the problems I'm facing kwa workplace yangu, most people in this field will relate, because no matter how much you try not to avoid them, kwa vitu zingine zinakuja ngato unavoidable.
Mimi niko na swali.
Yeah.
Huyo msee akilipwa for example 1,000 na actually alipwe msee mchengo basically akilipwa 1,000. Anasa like unajua mimi ushanga sana cause nimeweza ku associate na sio mjengo. Na mimi ushanga like how do they survive?
Karabila tuambie vile ulikuwa unafanya. Tell us your life story.
Nilifanya kazi kama kwa mjengo, nilipata kabla I used to stay in my parents' house. Sikuwa na kwangu. So it was easier. It was just like getting money for my own purpose. But the people also nilikuwa nafanya nao kazi, unapata, let's say it's their mindset. That's the first thing. Mindset yao iko limited. Unapata msee anasema nikifika tunaunga kwa nyumba, niko sawa. Niko na fare, niko na unga, niko sawa. So unapata atapata do, atafikiria investment, atafikiria kitu kingine.
Exactly. Fikiria kama sasa kuna mtoto.
Yes,
anasoma.
I think that is much better kidogo. Nani ameshajiuliza? Hawa siuza njugu kwa jana.
Exactly, yeah.
Upata mtu ni mzae, where typically uko 100% sure akona more than 2 kids. That they are maybe probably kuna mwenye kwa secondary na mtu anauza njugu.
Because that yote mkebe yote ya njugu.
Akiuza yote.
Afikisha 5k.
First tu umenamba.
Afikisha.
But I think it makes sense. Asio mtu analipa how much? Asio mtu analipa 40k a month. Huyo mtu analipa how much per day?
Something like
1,200.
Yeah.
1,200. Tunajua unaweza make 1,200 a day.
Noma sana.
Maximum unaweza uza make how much?
200.
Punch.
Punch.
At the end of the month inakuja how much? Around
15k.
15k.
Imagine.
Yeye na mwalimu wa primary, what is the difference? You get my point?
Yeah.
Like there are some people we expect them wakuwe na life poor. We expect.
Yeah.
Utapata mwalimu wa hiyo primary anavaa vizuri, anaishi poa, but income yake literally income ndio kuuza njugu. Na mtu wa njugu? Mnajua tu msee ame kidogo. But literally ana kidogo.
Lakini mind you akimake do.
So in short, mwalimu anasuffer more than mtu wa njugu. Because mtu wa njugu after all, I end up spend kwa luku and shit. Okay, jamani.
No,
but anapata the same amount.
Unapata Kayole for example, Soweto. Na unapata kuna nyumba ya 1,000 per month.
Hiyo nyumba inakaje?
1,000 per month.
1,000 per month. Akifanya kazi siku 3 ama siku 4 ashalipa keja. The rest
siku 4 amelipa rent ya mwezi.
So
yani assuming an 1,000 per day.
Ama tumia unio mjengo. Let's say unio mjengo anaishi Soweto kwa hiyo nyumba ya 1,000. Siku mbili ashalipa rent.
The entire month I worry about rent. That's too anaenda hiyo siku na analipa rent.
So I think it's their mindset pia.
Shida ni unapatanga msana hivyo nini ndo anakwambia na so many responsibilities. Unapata kuna watu wengi, ngako na
vibaya sana. For example, kama leo asubuhi nikienda kuchukua rights mtu wa Nduthi. Alikuwa ni complainia. Anasema yeye ako na watoto watatu. School fees ni ngapi? 30.
Whatever each.
43 ama
Each.
That
30k.
is, so
Anasema
90.
alafu
3
anasema
months anafaa lipa 90k.
yeye anasema
So in a year analipa, that is 180,
na ukumbuke
200 and something.
nakumbuke hiyo 30
40.
ni term moja. Sai si au mwaka mzima.
Si ndio nakwambia ina term ni 3.
Term ni 3.
So in a year analipa.
In one term amelipa 90.
In a
In
year.
3 terms
Analipa 240.
270.
270.
Mwalimu wa math.
Na imagine une mtu anduthi. Une mtu anduthi. Alikuwa na complain sana akisema tio story na Ruto.
Bado anafaa save alipie bila pele ya loan.
Labda upatie nduthi ni alone. Rent hajalipa. Hajadishi.
Rent.
Wote wanataka vitabu. Wote wanataka transport ya kwenda shule.
Na wako na
Uniform.
Na ka holiday hapo anataka wajibambe.
Exactly.
Na bado anakuja nguo ya Christmas.
So umse anduthi anafai kuwa na make how much per month ndio aweze shii nini yote.
But I think watu ndio wanado. Ama kweli kuna kwa gaji.
Hiyo ni assumption. Hatujui
Wasikengi wasanduthi siku hizo wanadishi mademba.
Bibi za watu.
Bibi za watu.
Because hao sio kwa nado. Imagine leo mse, I don't think a man earn less than. Hakuna sidhani kama kuna mwenye earn less than 40k a month.
Sa 40k a month. Lazima work 3 months ulipe school fees ya watoto mmoja, watu watatu.
90k. 40k around. So in 3 months you make like that is 120. Unabaki na ngapi? 30k. In 3 months. Rent in 10k per month.
Abaki na 20.
So pesa yote imeisha.
Shopping bado.
Morale njaa. Nilipa rent, nilipa school.
Alafu
Huyu ni mzae peke yake. So wife ndio inabidi step up kwa hizo vitu.
alafu
It's possible, yeah.
It's
alafu
possible.
my current boss.
Yeah, maybe but the most important thing, school fees na rent.
Yeah.
My current boss.
Sasa ndio siku maten kila siku.
Your current boss anafanya nini?
My current boss sai akona mindset fulani inanibamba sana by the way. The mindset.
Oh.
The way he reasons that if you know you can't sustain a certain degree of maybe childhood ama watoi, why have them?
Niko naambia if you can't buy twice,
Do not.
Simple.
Kwa sababu hiyo itakuleta bado tu ile kitu inaitwa black tax.
yani
Black tax. Utashangaa. Ukimake it lazima ufikirie kuhusu familia yako, kuhusu watoi wako. Na anambia according to his culture there's no day a parent will call their children akisema mtoto wangu naumia nitumie. Nimezaa mtoi, nimemlea, nimemekisha mfika place fulani, sawa aenda imeshimisha yako. Itafika point naenda nakwambia mtoto wangu nibaie hii. Itafika kama mtu anataka kunifanyia hivyo atanifanyia hivyo kama ametaka.
That's the only unconditional love I know.
Of a guy.
No.
Generally. But I think that is a very good mindset where ukizalisha mtoi isikuwe ni kama how our parents think, but wazazi ufikiria when investment.
Unaanza ufikirie.
When investment.
Ni African culture actually. Unasomeshwa like ile umefikishwa.
When investment yangu.
Like ile
Kuna wazazi wanakaje.
the investment in the form of black tax ile in the form that like wamekusomesha hadi to that
So
highest
they
level.
expect you to do something.
Like ile wana expect you give back either kama uko na sibling maybe utaambiwa maybe umsomeshe or something.
Oh, I cannot relate, I'm the last one.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Ama maybe
Oh
like
wow. Oh wow.
Like wana expect tu ile like after mkufanyia all that pia wewe ifike mahali
I don't
unarudisha
have that.
unarudisha mkono.
I think most families
Silipi black tax. And then msensei I'm also don't pay tax.
Uko sawa mzee.
Sawa, maisha yake kwa poa.
maisha iko fiti.
Mimi nalipa black tax.
Tujaanza lakini
bado
tunajua
tujaanza.
inakuja.
Na
But
kwa nini inaitwa
Kuna
black tax?
dalili.
Kwa nini inaitwa black tax?
Wewe mwasi wazungu wakifanya kitu kama hiyo.
So it's racist.
Yes. It's racist.
see what I find out.
Mzee bwana inaitwa black tax.
By the way,
Yes.
Ni jiko ina African nini ama ni
But then imagine
black
Naambianga mimi ni mzungu wa msikini.
go to by default.
Yeah. Ama mzungu in an African's body. I identify as white.
unaweza identify anything fine.
Toxic work culture. But then hebu tuambie ni toxic work culture gani mu experience? Okay, ni wewe ulifanya toxic aside from you. Kwa sababu kuna hiyo
Sikia, black tax. Originated in South Africa. It's money for black workers, especially professionals and others with high income than others, give their parents, siblings, or other family members. So it was the similar obligation to care for a parent or a family member in Latino culture is called brown tax.
oh.
So in Latino it's brown tax.
But
In Africa
they're
it's
still
black
black.
tax.
Yeah.
Okay, unajua wa Latino wanatakanga kujiidentify as white because they are literally light skin but wanaitwa black. Wana feeling ni kind of unfair.
So it
Because
originated.
the Indians, they don't want to be called Indians.
Kuna hadi black Indians. Ni black Indians utaita black sana.
So yao ni black tax pia.
So brown tax.
Brown tax. So black tax originated in South Africa, so it's racist.
Yes, you were saying about your toxic work culture. Huyu amesema experience. Highly doubt.
Kwa unafanya wapi
For sure.
gani mzee?
I know.
I just work with a few people, so.
Now, talking of that, there is this new, sijui niite culture. Kama uko kwa IT ama hizi stuff tu za digital marketing, IT, cyber security. Basically, if you're in a station, there is this toxicity that you're given stipends. Unaona kama yalikuwa anasema is it overworking? Yes, overworking and being underpaid. So for example, I'm in digital marketing. I'm managing we have a station, we are 10 of us. We are managing 30 websites for this one company. And we are being paid 10K. Hiyo ni car fare to and fro. So you get up for your lunch.
Mnaendaga home na nini?
Ngoja.
Ni example.
Exactly. So for me, I find that toxic because, okay, so for so many reasons. For starters, okay, kaa kwenye nilikuwa before I joined Smash ilikuwa
Smash.
there's a company that's named Smash.
Ili company ya kuduni.
Company.
Smash literally.
Web development, basically.
You have to be specific. Unajua kuna
There was the hub, not the hub. Kuna hii site iko Karen inaitwa iHub, yes, inaitwa iHub.
I have.
Ni
nini hiyo?
Iko ni workstation iko I think kasi Karen ni Lavington.
Okay, unajua hizi majina siku hizi they are confusing.
So the workstation there was unaka mimi nilikuwa nimeitwa na NGO nikiapply it was more of it's more of a job na unaambiwa utalipwa but when it comes to payment you're given, I would call it a stipend. That's one. Two, another issue was they had to inspect the kind of laptop you're using to determine whether it's effective for the kind of work you're doing. For me, I feel like that's invading my space, because my laptop is like sort of my space. And then there is expectations, of course, deliverables. Zile unafuatiliwa unaambiwa, if you don't, you won't, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking on the same vein, I think toxic culture yenye ilikuwa ina get to me sana ni ile like you're being monitored sana. Unaona ile like mtu ni kama ana invade your privacy. Unapata like the machine you're using, like you're being monitoring each and every step unafanya. Whatever you're doing, someone is there watching. Yeah. Like mtu ana invade privacy yako, and it's literally ni kazi unafanya. Said it's something else you're doing, but unapata mtu on your case all the time. Like literally unaweza pata hata umeke kama ni bugs ama zinaitanga nini kwa computer your machine. I do remember there's a place I used to work, ulikuwa unaambiwa like usilog into, usitumie your personal details kama email ama kulogin kwa hiyo work place. Workplace machine, because at the end of the day kuna bugs, so there's a way wanaweza enda access kama uli apply job place nyingine.
Oh, like they can trace what you're doing.
Like wana monitor each and every.
Anybody can do that ukitumia hata Google.
But do you think it's okay like in a workplace setting like mtu ku...
But sasa okay, it depends pia with your work. Why would they do that?
Exactly.
They don't tell you, they just notify you one day. Or you...
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, unaona sasa hiyo I don't give a fuck, you're like, that's the feeling you get every time you're trying to log in or you're working every morning with that feeling.
Talking about that I don't give a fuck attitude kwa workspace. Do you think the reason why it's not common is because of fear?
Fear of what exactly?
For example, vile amesema, I don't give a fuck what the boss says, or it's not common for everyone to do that. People will be more submissive towards the boss rather than I don't give a fuck.
But are they really submissive to the boss? It's more of their pay, because it's the boss who has power over your pay, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think so. It's more of the fear of missing out this payment once it comes to the end of month. That fear of maybe boss atakwambia the end of month. Hata jana you're fired. The end of month, nilisikia somewhere you said you don't give a fuck. So for the few days that you worked as if you are not feeling like kicked, you were cut.
So utakuniambia nimefanya kazi. Whether or not I was having that attitude, but the work was delivered. I can't reverse my work, but that money, what that work, it a cut off of my attitude, yet the work has been done.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, it happens. Like toxic.
You're not job contact kuvuta, unaona?
Yeah.
As long as you deliver what you're doing, I don't think they...
And then there's this, there's also this one I've had ati ni kampuni inatengeneza pesa ndio wako na sponsors, but now they tell you do it as volunteer. And then you're like, why? They're like, si ndio upate experience, you're just from school, you know, ukitoka hapa nje utakuwa. And I was like, no.
They still do that.
Yeah, they still do that, honey. They
Yeah,
still do. Especially startups. They will give you stories, they will preach to you, they will let you know how you have capability, and ukitoka hapa nje vitu zitakuwa mbaya if you don't have experience.
I think the work culture in Kenya is different.
It's toxic.
Because countries that I know of
By the way,
start working at 16.
There's this nini ilikuwa inasema it's only in Kenya. Wewe unaweza nyimwa attachment.
Yeah.
Unanyimwa attachment.
Unanyimwa attachment utakuja kufanya.
Like people who are older than us are so threatened by our capabilities that they feel unanyimwa attachment, you know, it's just an experience to be better, you know, for the sake of, like, for instance, there was a place I was at where I tried proposing how wanaweza improve social media zao, and the manager alikuja kunitafuta personally akaniambia like niache kupeana hizo ideas, because mimi niliambia supervisor wangu akaambia the guy, and then I was told to just pull back, and I was like, And you wonder why you're here, you know, and you wonder why you're not making progress.
And I tend to believe the reason why, I tend to believe our gatekeepers are one lazy kind of people.
Yes, they are.
For example, kwa sababu they don't have a plan after that.
Okay, mine was at least.
They don't have a plan after that. That's why they're gatekeeping. Wakijua, if this person takes over this place, I'm done. Once they get a place, I don't have any other plan.
For some reason,
I focus mbele, I focus to, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what I'll do. For example, sorry to say this, Ona Mseka Atuoli. Amekaa hapo how many years?
The longest.
like naona nikaa wao wase wa your age. For me, I feel like for us young people, we see retirement as something good, something comfortable. I think for them, wanaiona nikaa kitu ya I will lose my power, I will lack value, I will lose everything.
Because you don't have a plan after that.
Exactly. So
Okay,
tunasema
no.
it's like a mindset.
For young people,
Yeah.
you're being paid peanuts. Okay. You're working more than you're being paid.
Yeah.
For them, it's the other way around. Well, imagine there's this sometime back, I think 3 or 4 months, kulikuwa na salary a certain CEO ili kwa Twitter. That guy earns up to around 20 million or something. Allowances zake they're more than his salary. Do you think some person kama huyo anaweza taka kuretire?
Not
Really
really.
like kuretire.
Then, okay, if you know you have such kind of income,
Privilege.
why not take advantage of that time that you make during that time, that when you're done with this work, the kind of investment you may invest will give you more than what you're earning at that place.
It's not that easy.
So umekaa hapo, like for example, Mseka Atuoli amekaa hapo over 20 years, si ndio?
30.
But
I think.
hey,
Okay, mpatie 20 hours.
let's just give it an average of 20 years.
Yeah.
Mind you, if that man angekuwa ana make investments with the kind of money he's earning,
There wouldn't
Trust
be
me.
a,
I'm sure he does.
there wouldn't be a need.
so that's so
No,
in
the
short,
way I agree with you.
in short, what he's doing is just being selfish then,
Yeah. And greedy, too greedy.
because it makes sense that you
No,
can
so-
have such an amount of money instead of you coming up with an investment that will bring you double the money, that it will be easier for you to leave this position with a very good legacy or a good name.
At some point, I think he thought like that.
So you think it's ile mentality once you're in power, it sucks you in.
Yeah.
Na kwani
Okay.
kuna some positions zinakujanga bila hiyo story na retirement.
Because
Age,
let's say for
remember.
example,
Mm.
right now, approximately 80% of the people who were in politics in 2002
Mm.
are not in power.
Yes.
Meaning those people who are in power right now,
When you're watching,
they used to think they would do better.
they're not.
Okay.
Again, it's surely tricky. Because I think that's the main reason why we have there's this guy, Professor.
Lumumba.
Yes.
PLO.
No, there's a reason why he keeps pushing on not only politicians but even leaders. Like, you need to rise up and actually fight for your position. I know there are threats, I know there are all of that, but sawa, for him, he believes that of course every action has a reaction, but then again, gun does not allow you to just do anything you please without, getting payback for what you did. And for some reason, okay, at least for the few organization setups I've seen, you somehow see, I was even telling a friend this yesterday, if it's not your father who pays for the crimes he did, it's your son. If it's not your son, it's your daughter. If it's not your daughter or your son, it's the... But if you get a grandchild, then that's too extensive. But mostly it's the son, because sons are known to like not only take over the family name, but you know, just to hold it and pass it on.
Sins of the father.
So
Generational
exactly,
curse.
whatever you inherit from him, if you inherit,
Mkaso.
yes,
Generational.
yes, if you inherit, for instance, if your father blesses you with, you know, all his wealth and you take it, it means you take it even with the burden that came with
With
it.
it.
Yeah,
Toxic.
yeah, very toxic. Now, for us ladies, oh, sorry. You want to say
Sorry. You can go ahead.
no, like it's a different point
Oh.
on body shaming. That's another toxic work,
Okay.
culture that has been there. I know most men,
ladies have been complaining that in every situation.
yeah, and it doesn't come from men. Funny thing, it comes from the fellow ladies. And if it's not, it's body shaming, and it's gotten to the extent of makeup.
Men are very accommodating.
We know. We are grateful to you for that.
Ikiwa mnaona anasema he likes thick lady.
No, but there's some men who do the gossiping. They do the gossiping to the ladies, and then the ladies come and tell the lady who's no.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. In the workplace, yes. In case you're wondering, yes, there are men who do that.
If I okay,
Body shaming.
I'll be digressing. Like,
Sorry, body shaming?
Ulikuwa na explain more further na nilikuwa nataka.
Oh yeah, like you see how people have preference of how your body should be. But okay, for instance, I believe my sister was experiencing this a few times, not a few times, but a few months ago, even years. She had this secretary. Actually, no, her boss was like, you need to get a bit slender so that you can attract men into your life. You know, to yes, you had the guts to say that. To attract men into your life, you know.
Like ilianzaje ndivyo.
Mbona
Some nerves.
ni personal sana.
Unaona
That's some
venye
nerve.
si ati ni conversation ilianza. Unaona venye tunaweza salimia mtu hi and then they pull you and they're like nani you need to
Nikabla mchana za kupula kwambie wewe funga kiatu.
the
Wait,
same.
The boss ni a lady ama
Yes, the
or
boss is a lady.
Oh.
And she's like, you need to attract men to your life.
Ndio mimi nashanga wanaume ina make sense.
That makes
A guy can
yeah, like so that you can attract men in your life. Ndio uweze kupata. Uweze kupata.
Naenda kwa book
No.
of life na tick.
Okay, you know, now the thing is, my sister is, I want to say no nonsense, but my sister si wale watu kusikiliza watu sana. Like for her, she says, if it's not someone important to me, it's not really important. So for her, she would ignore it. So whenever, ile time ako na hasira natakuja vent, and you are like, oh, we've been holding on to this. So I got to meet that lady, and I always felt like approaching. Okay, my sister knows I'm gutsy. Like mimi bede sijaliki about your age, mimi ndakupasha. Especially if it's someone close to me. So when I went to talk to her, my sister pulled me. Like mimi nilienda nikaingia kwa ofisi yake. So sister ndo alinipull akafunga mlango. Because she knew I was going to like approach her on it. But basically, dear ladies, kama uko na shida na mwili yangu, hey, jieke comments zako. But you know, I feel like
ama inaweza kuwa maybe because of like some diet maybe Unaona venye workplace mtu anakulanga most mtu anapataka anakulanga sana. Unajua kuna
my sister used to carry food from home. Ongea.
Let me digress kidogo.
And by the way, it's not only my sister, like it's even her girlfriends.
Let me digress kidogo about women at workplaces. What are your thoughts on that? Women on workplaces.
As in terms of
They should not be working.
Do you think they should be working?
do
Do you think they should be working? I know we are in a different generation.
Yeah.
There was this video I saw on, I think on Nigeria, Twitter, it was Twitter, on X. Walikuwa wanauliza these guys, walikuwa wanauliza to random people. Would you prefer your wife to be a housewife or a vasectomy?
husband to get a vasectomy,
Or you become a housewife.
akiacha pata hiyo vasectomy tu safi. Sorry, yeah.
Why?
Mimi my wife tu si ya kwetu housewife. Mbona nipate vasectomy mazia sana? Hapana, kwetu housewife.
Because
Siwezi kill my generation tu hiyo ati because okay, unauliza na angle gani kwanza sipata?
me either way hata kani
It
yangu
doesn't have any
the
angle. It doesn't matter the situation.
That's the angle
You
actually.
can freeze your eggs.
Yeah,
You are
eggs,
allowed
yeah.
to.
Si lazima.
Or maybe hata uko na kids, then you have the vasectomy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but would you, which one would you prefer?
There's no prefer. Hakuna preference hapo for me. It's just that let me embrace my masculinity.
Okay.
Let my wife embrace
Unajua
her
hapa
femininity.
the big issue is
Mm.
the wife.
Yeah, I know. Because for me, on my
Si lazima nikuwe
my
na
nini,
bwana,
POV.
si lazima
my
kuwe na
POV.
bibi.
we tend to try and lean into the female side more, just to please them. But
Vasectomy is trying to play the
yeah, but in either way,
by not having the vasectomy.
I know this will sound rude, but I don't think they are the price. We are the price.
You don't think, or you know, you're not the price.
I know I'm the price.
The price for what? For the
Cause okay,
But I could watch.
cause
Wow.
I'll digress, but let me just say it. Men tend to marry on a downward view, but women tend to
Yeah.
you never find a man akisema ati ule dem ni yako hivi hivi, as long as she's beautiful and nini anaweza marry. Exactly. But a woman will tend to look for a person,
Very value person.
a high value person. That meaning that's very obvious. Hawezi pata dem a comfortable na mse wa kuosha mtaro. Hata kama anampenda atamficha.
Kuosha mtaro.
Why specifically kuosha mtaro?
Exactly.
Ama sema mswanduthi ama
Yeah, it's 7.
mswanduthi.
Unajua
Unaona?
wanadai ndio sasa kuosha mtaro.
That logically just says how we are the price.
But I love you so much. You know that, right?
Huh? That basically says how we are the price. So I don't think what the woman says, and anajua sound vibaya to the viewers here. I know, but
I think everyone is the price.
everyone is the price, but
Depends with your value.
Yes.
Because you can be a man but you're not high value.
Thank you.
How can you be a price and you're
Nilikuwa
not
nataka
high
kupeleka
value?
huko.
I'm talking about me.
Because-
I'm talking about me.
No, it's not
Eh?
about you. Or your ex.
Hey, acha gopa sana.
What is a high value man? There's always a high value woman. One.
Oh, there's somewhere.
You are right. Utadigress.
Yeah, there's somewhere I learned that it's not about your money. It's not about your properties, your wealth.
Yeah, it's not
Make you
about
a high
that. It's
value
not about
man.
your high value.
Yeah.
Then nakuuliza, what makes a high value man? What makes a high value woman?
Let me say it in a sentence. A high value man is someone who is if you are married and faithful,
So those people who are not married, they are
because anyone can marry.
people who are married are not high value.
Huh?
People who are unmarried are not high value.
I can say I can give you love as a brother. but not
What do you
respect.
mean? I'm not talking about relationship. I'm talking about single people. Single people cannot be hyvalid because they are not married.
Let me say,
I can give you a little
wako na value, but not high value.
So what is high value to you? We getting married is high value.
And being faithful.
I don't think you understand the same meaning of high value.
Table.
What do you think high value is?
For me, I think it's dependent to the person, the partners actually.
I'm not talking about partners. I'm talking about high value as a man or a woman. What makes you high value? Before getting into a relationship, before being anything, for you to be considered high value.
For a man
or a man or
so
for a woman,
what
do you know?
For a woman, me probably I think ni tabia zake.
What about for a man? Okay, you would want a high value man, right?
Yes, I would.
What would you qualify a person to be high value?
Mostly vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities in the aspect of not just emotional, but physical, no. Physical, no.
So like you can jikushi ko sawa.
Yes.
Jay, what do you think a high value woman is? What would you consider a high value woman? A body? A kienyo?
Woman. No.
What?
High value woman maybe. It all goes back to, I guess, moral.
Thank you.
A woman who respects herself, like well behaved. It's all about moral.
Okay, there's this nini imekuwa ikitrend the other day. Adriana something. So there's this red flag zenye America husema. Snake print. Tattoos. Kama kama kuna piercings, nose rings. What do you think about that? Is that a high value woman or is it an
According to Mimi?
Okay, because we umeongelea about emotional. What about the physical part of it? And pia body count.
Hey.
Wali umekumbuka body count yetu wako ni?
Ukiwa na body count mingi, noma.
What do you mean? This
specific. Siako na experience.
Yeah.
Siako na experience.
Okay.
I don't
think high value woman to me ni vile Kabagi amesema. That's emotionally, physically just love yourself. Ukiweza kuongeza vitu matatu inamaanisha you don't value who you are as a person.
Hata kienyewe anaweza kuwa high value, hata body anaweza kuwa high value.
So ukiweza fanya matatu inamaanisha there's something about yourself that you don't like. That unaongeza urembo. I know ni urembo nataka kuweka, but there's something that tells me about your personality through those physical things you put on your body. Makeup.
Make someone bad or high value. So someone with tattoos is not high value. I just want to know. I want to, like, it's either it defines your high value or not.
Yeah.
Does it define?
I define. Tattoo, makeup, I define.
So you can have tattoo and still be high value.
Yeah.
What about body count?
Body count. Hey.
What do you think
about
body count?
We haven't some mastering experience.
What? Okay. For men, for women.
As in?
Like it's experience for both.
For you and also for us.
It works both ways.
Yes. No, you see, you guys, what you guys, I think anticipate.
So in short, you believe in the more you fuck around, the more you find out.
Oh God.
Because
not my words. Not my words.
In our last podcast, I think I explained history body count on women and body count on men. How we view it and how it's viewed, it's different. So I don't think body count in a woman is something to make her a high value person. No, it's not. It's making her even with no value. That's according to me. That's my point of view. If you're a woman, you have many body counts. Sioni kama ni high value.
Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of something called second virginity?
Second virginity?
Yes.
Kuna yapi? What is that? So, nika being born again?
Sort of. For mostly, si kuzaliwa tena. For mostly, it's this, for instance, our wanaitwa prostitutes. Okay, same it in your peke out that practice it, experience it. It's more of, they make a choice of living that kind of life where body count didn't matter, sleeping with men, too many men. Okay, basically that kind of life of a prostitute. You choose to live that life and sort of, like kusema purify, but you know, come to terms with whatever I've done. Yes, I've done it. I'm making peace with it, but I'm leaving it behind me. And I'm moving, I'm choosing to start anew, to start better.
So kila time wanna start on a body count, another fresh one.
No, that's not the concept. That's not the concept. Sparta, it's more of, it's a choice. Unaona kama venye wewe ukiamua move on, it doesn't sound like it, but it's more of moving on. But you're moving on together with your past. Haujaiacha nyuma. Una get? So second virginity for them is, it's a whole process of purification, kind of, from spirituality, emotionally, mentally.
So how is it done?
I don't know. I've never experienced it. I just...
So you are still...
No, I listened
so you are still virgin in your second... You're not broken your second virginity.
The reason why it's called second virginity is because mtu virgin anaconsideriwa to be
pure.
Thank you.
So
see ati unakuwa virgin.
For the second virginity,
yeah,
what are you pure from?
Your
like, let's say
your
the
previous,
first virginity,
yes.
It means you're pure, you've never had sex. So for the
you broke that and you have...
For the second one, so what have you
yeah.
not done? Ama, it's the Adrian.
It's what you've not done. It's what you've not done earlier on. When you were in your first virginity, you are doing everything without... Ndasemaje, haijatoka ndani yako. Like unaifanya tu because of prostitute do it because of money, because they need to take their kids to school and all of that. Now you're doing it from the point of, I'm either having sex because I'm in love with someone and I'm choosing another way to, you know...
So in short, ni mtu ameacha prostitution?
Sort of. Mostly nakwanga, like second virginity, mostly occurs...
So there's nothing physical involved?
It's not nothing. It is quite physical because at the end of the day, you'll find a man who loves you for who you are. Anajua ulikuwa prostitute, but umechoose kureform. Yes.
Maybe I've never had of second virginity.
Yeah, please go do research about it.
So when is this broken?
Nini hiyo?
The second virginity.
Sasa ndasema ukiolewa and now when you're living that other life.
When you get married, that is when the second virginity is broken.
See it's broken. Unajua unafanya sana ni kama umekuwa virgin tena.
Okay, like you've been virgin for the first time. See?
Yes.
So the first virginity was broken. See?
Yeah.
You're on your second virginity. When is it broken?
How does it come about? Second virginity na come about?
See, it's not about being broken.
Tumejua about coming about it. Like you are prostitute.
It's not
another virgin.
Sparta, it's not about being broken. It's about, it's just iko tu hivyo, hakuna story ya kubreakiwa, like hata ukiolewa ama upate watoto wengine, it's just considered.
But you just consider yourself virgin.
Virgin in terms of
your second virginity.
In terms of
your second virginity. Like, let's say you've been a virgin for the first time, isn't it?
Second virginity, let me start by saying second virginity, it's like a different life from what you are living. Sawa.
I don't see the point of it being called a virginity.
Well, just read about it to tell how can you hivyo. But I'm just giving like a general view of it.
So the second virginity does not get broken.
I am not answering that
Hebu
question.
explain.
Huyo anaangalia ni kama unaona dem akiwa bajo.
Yeah, that's the point of it being called virginity.
No, there's a reason why I told you virginity is inaangaliango ka second virginity. In that aspect, it's more of purification, not kwa virgin. Not you starting bleeding when you have sex with, like, for the first time. Or it's not that. It's more of, it's, I use it was second purification. So it was second virginity. Okay?
Tumedigress
Okay,
mbaya
good
sana.
about it. Tuelewa.
Anyway, let's go back to the point that I was raising about
But they tumedigress.
tumedigress about women
Sana.
being at the workplace. What are your thoughts before I say before tuingie topic ya si topic toxic workmates, kwa sababu kuna toxic employers, kuna toxic workmates, the person una work na before tufike huko. Point yako sana. I mean, my concern here is that's the reason I niuliza. What are your thoughts kuhusu the females being at the workplace?
Don't be specific.
Being at the workplace.
As in,
Being at the work,
I feel
just
like
being
anajaribu
are they supposed to be working?
Are women supposed to be working? Okay. Mimi naweza sema we shouldn't think kama watu kitambo. Times are changing. So should the things that we do be changing. So we are not in that era whereby. Because don't expect that woman not to be working. Na wewe hauendi kuhunt. Because the time women were not working, men were going to hunt. Man. So things change, so should everything. Like kitambo ukiangalia kitu yenye the properties that a man would own literally very very less. But at the moment napata mtu ako na Lamborghini ya 30 million. Na huwezi expect mtu kawe to work normally kama watu kitambo ndio own such things, man. So everything is changing in terms of like totally everything. It's okay for them to work.
Okay.
Because not every woman will be with a man.
You agree with me? I agree with
Yes.
you. Kavagi?
I think nakoka pia naspata because I think at this modern age saizi women working like it's become a normal thing, si kama kitambo venye ilikuwa. Saizi it's a normal thing. Alafu pia ukiconsider most of the times kama mostly especially in businesses unapatanga sex in a sale mbaya sana. Sex in a sale in terms of this gen. Ukiona biz, let's say, acha nitumie practical example. Ukiona biashara, let's say unauza anything tu, kuna shop unauza anything. Ukiweka dem auze hapo na ukiweka mwanaume auze hapo, hivyo dem ata make more sense kushinda mwanaume. Hata iko ni biz gani, iko ni liquor store, iko ni nini, sijui kama ushai like the dem ana make more sense compared to the
Okay.
girl.
I want us to think on a different point of view. Okay. Unasema things are changing. And we're supposed to forget about these gender roles. Cindy, that we are evolving into a better race. Cindy, I mean a better species. So, if a female can take on a masculine role,
Not exactly a
It's
masculine. I'm
because-
not advocating for masculine role. You can still work, but don't be masculine.
okay,
That's the
okay,
difference.
okay. Let me give you my point of view on female working, because what are they working for? That's the first thing you should ask yourself. What are they working for? For a living. They're working for a status. They're working for this and this. That in short is giving a female a role that is not hers.
What is a role? What do you mean by a role?
Okay, when you give a female a role that subtracts her feminine energy, una include
Okay.
feminine, una include a masculine energy
Give an
into
example. Give an example.
an example of a female working. Unampatia a responsibility, an additional responsibility that I'm supposed to work for a living, I'm supposed to work for.
That is normal.
Yes,
Okay,
it's normal.
Let me give you
It's
an
normal.
example. A
It's
female
normal.
working as a secretary. How is that masculine in any way?
The fact that she's working, that's the fact thing. The fact that she's working, unampatia
So
additional
women are
thing,
supposed to be
because ukimpatia a place to work, inamaanisha she'll be independent, si ndio? Ataenda ajilipie rent, ajilipie shopping, ajifanye vitu zote. That's not her work. I'm just saying that I want to see it in a different way.
Okay, that was not our work those days.
Those
But
days,
these
yeah.
days,
It
is.
God, I'm coming to that place, bado. Step by step, si ndio? That's allowed for a feminine to embrace a masculine energy. That's according to my point of view. Alafu, tuki-evolve, when a female takes on a masculine energy, then ile aspect ya what is happening in the West being embraced in this kind of society is also allowed. What do I mean by that? I mean this: if a female can take on a role of a masculine person, and a masculine person taking on a female person, female responsibility, then ile aspect ya lesbianism, LGBTQ is being embraced, because why is it wrong for a female to do this work and a man not do this work? No.
May I think where you're getting it wrong is how was life in the past? Like unapata mdem anakaa kwao. The only time atatoka kwao atatoka kimarika. You get the point?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what time was he getting away from home? Like anamarika at what time? Ladies were being married as young as 18, 12. You get the point? Mtoika huyo anatoka, wow. Immediately kama ameenda kwa husband, she has never worked apart from kupika, kuendea kuni kwao. True or false?
True.
Mdem hatawahi work the entire life. But with the current situation, mdem under 18 huwezi marry. Umeget? Aya, mtoi anafaa ende shule. Those are the rules, like right now. Come on. Mtoi by the time anafika 18 ako ndio anamaliza
high school.
Ndio anamaliza high school, si ndio? I'm 100% sure hakuna mtoi. Okay, there are those though, but less of them wanamarikanga immediately wakimaliza high school. Dem akimaliza high school, what does he do? Hata kao ni mtu amesoma. Anafaa lipe black tax. Ukweli si kweli?
Kweli.
We just talked about black tax hii. So mtoi anaweza enda kampo. By the time unaenda kampo, you already have something in mind for the future. You're going to campus knowing you'll be a doctor, you'll be a
Let's digress kidogo.
Umeona? Umdem bado hajafikiria kuoleka. Okay.
Hajafikiria at all. Kureka hajafikiria.
Hajafikiria anything about that. Umeget? Yeah?
Well, the reason why I'm saying this,
akiingia campus, anatoka kwao Gatundu. Anakuja kusomea Kampona or anywhere else. She needs to stay in a house. She needs to rent a house. At this moment, hapa ndio anajua kulipa rent, kujifanyia shopping. Umdem, she can still be as feminine as possible.
Thank you.
Depending on the choices you make. Mwana?
Sikatai Sparta.
But bado analipa rent. Ata get job after kampo. Ajioleka bado. Let's say for example,
Nataka unielewe.
she's not married yet, umeona?
Uh.
But she still needs to live in a house. Hata rudi home kwao. Yeah, true or false?
Sikia.
True.
Maybe their parents are having, okay, not every parent is perfect. Kuna wenye wana undergo their own shit. Amelipa fees, nini wamesota. She'll need to step up. Hata rudi home kwa kuja umari. What will she do?
Okay, let me
You should need, like, it's situation. Because that's why nasemanga tribalism itaisha, but corruption will never end. Because it's a matter of situation. It's not a matter of choices. They don't have a choice. Like, ingekuwa a choice, 100% sure Nancy sahi angekuwa na ngojanga tu olewe na Elon Musk sahi.
The thing is,
true or false?
the thing is,
napenda hiyo idea.
unajua tunasahau the fact that yes, that's very good. I advocate for that. Certainly, I'm not for that. I advocate for that. But the thing is, we are forgetting about nature.
No, you cannot.
That's what I'm saying. This.
Nature. Unajua sahi asipo msituni.
The reason why I'm saying this is because we as men, itakuwa advantage for us because us we have a financial clock. For the women have a biological clock. Tunasahau hiyo aspect.
No,
Unajua that kind of
it's
mentality,
true.
that kind of mentality is scared too. That kind of mentality will benefit us men. But for a woman, by the time she's done and she's ready for marriage, she won't have time with the children. Because,
okay,
for example,
ukienda with the current situation,
yeah.
It's not a must you have kids.
So, what if she wants to have kids?
She will.
Below your opinion,
Trust me.
your opinion ni ati.
Wacha nikwambie ukweli, umeona? Right now, if a lady wants to have kids, she will have kids. Trust me. If she doesn't, she won't have. It's a matter of choices.
If you have kids and the kind of nini, let's say Nancy umemaliza shule at 18 vile umesema 18. Uingie kampo, that's 4 years. Utakuwa umemaliza kampo how many years? 22. Umeingia workplace. Let's say you work up for like a year or let's say 5 years. 27. 27. Unataka kumari when you're 30. Si ndio? Because that's basically what women want now, to get married before 30. Si ndio? You're married at 30. You want to have kids now. Remember, to have kids, the first 5 years of that kid, kumbuka mtoi lazima hiyo period yote it's
You have like 10 years, 15 years maybe.
30, the first 5 years na mtoi abada kujui, anakuja tu kama mama, baada kujui consciously, si ndio?
Obviously, you
Yeah.
don't mtoto ukiwa 30.
Okay, so let's mpata mtoi ukiwa 32. Si ndio? 5 years, that's 37. Si ndio? 37 mtu anaanza kwenda high school, anaanza kwenda primary. That's another 8 years. 37 plus 8 43. Mtoi aingie nini? Aingie kampo. Kampo.
Mwingine nyuma yake labda wawili.
Kampo.
Wafuatana karisasi.
Kampo uko 43, si ndio? For another 4 years. Hiyo ni
45 actually.
45.
Do you see any problem
Alafu
with that?
asikia tu, relax tu pole. Ukishafika hiyo point, umtoi tunasahau the reason why it's very important for a female and a child to be together for long. So unajua tukifanya hivyo una subtract the fact that Nancy will not have time with the child. The time atakuwa na mtoi ni time ya nini? Ya holiday. Na hiyo holiday she's still working. Remember, she's still working your holiday. So the only time atakuja kwa nyumba ni for 2 hours before enda lale, au mtoi ama like a week. Amepatiwa off, atakana mtoi. Sikia, relax kidogo. Alafu after that uko 50 au uko 60 is when you have time for your child. Mind you, mtoi amegrow akijua niko na mzazi but simjui. Most of this generation, the reason why we have weak men, we have weak children, we have people who can't decide things based on many things because of the kind of society, tuna build. Tuna forget that we are empowering the women but forgetting. Tukiempower Nancy, alafu Nancy asema atakuwa na mtoi. That will be a selfish decision.
I don't think it's selfish.
Kwa nini? Sababu Nancy ameji-empower. Remind you, aje-empower the next generation because for a fact we will not stay here forever. No matter how much I want to empower Nancy, so it will be a selfish decision because Nancy atakaa hapo forever. She's here to experience herself, her being. Sindio? Alafu I leave it for the next generation. I easily leave it for the next generation. That's unapata asati utapata hata mtoi wa sahi will value things that will not help them in the future or to experience themselves with why human nature. Every human space.
In the worst case scenario.
I think Bilona support the notion that your wife hawafai kuwork at all ama unasema.
No, mimi naona you're looking at the worst case scenario. Unajua hii time yote umeongelea, I've not seen ukiongelea the point she's getting married. You've just talked about she getting a kid at this age, She's getting married. She's getting married to a guy who's working. Yeah? Considering this lady is a still high value woman, she will get someone. Again. At what point they will come and say anapata mtoto yake to 32, 32, si ndio? At 32 meaning she got married at 30, si ndio? She got married at 30. At 32 she's not alone. She's with this guy. This guy is also paying for. They are married, Mona. So these people,
I think
by 40, Mona, let's not say by 40. If you are actual maybe Kenya na I'm against the timeline, Mona. Our current timelines are not like Kitambo, Mona. Like let's say for example, if I can count timelines at Kitambo vizuri, the latest a woman would have kids, would start having kids, it's 22. Maget? Na 22 ndio sasa unamaliza high school. In this timeline right now, umeona?
Campus.
Unamaliza campus, umeona? Right now, you can get a lady from campus, you marry her. True or false?
True.
It will still work out. She will not work. But you as the guy, you need to be aware ukue hii time yote before your time. Okay, let's say utakuwa let's say around 27, si ndio? Kain he's turning 27, si ndio? Kain Cairo sasa kimari mdemo wa 22. Omdem hahitaji kuwork. True or false? Hahitaji kuwork. I'm looking at the best scenario possible. But still itawork kama Kitambo, but in our current situation. Umeona? Umdem hata work. Let's look at the worst case scenario. Wewe sasa ukimari mdemo 22 mwenye anafanya kampo. Ama anamaliza kampo, si ndio? Anamaliza kampo. Because you don't have the money kama Cairo. Udem still anaweza work na wewe work. Umeona? By the time anafika 35, she started a business, but you're still working. You get the point? Akianzisha business, atakuwa na time ya kukaa na mtu. True or false? But you're still working. You can pay for the school fees and stuff. So hiyo yenye anatafuta bado ni just spin out maybe and stuff.
Okay.
Still it can work. That is the best scenario possible. True or false?
Okay.
So it doesn't have to mean if she works, she will work 24/7. She has to work like a 9 to 5 for her entire life. No. The best case scenario, she can be a CEO and by 35 she's retired or she's not working anymore. There's several situations happening at the same time.
Excusez-moi. Yes. Huh? I feel like I need to conclude this too.
Yeah.
Whatever mnabishana.
By the way, atubishani
Okay, siku air.
The thing is,
whatever you're reasoning out.
The thing is, we are saying the same thing in a different perspective.
No. You are against them working, but I don't see any problem with them working.
So, okay, let me clarify. Like I said earlier, I'm not against it. I only prefer this, but I'm not against that. I prefer this other sababu. This one is more advantageous than this, according to my point of view. When a female works and our female doesn't work, in this kind of generation, it's something very amazing, something even very nice for a man to have a brilliant wife. That's something really amazing. A woman who's smart. I'm not against that. That's very nice.
And if she's smart, she will be working.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'll prefer the other way around.
Okay. Thank you for your opinions. May I share mine?
Yes.
Sasa. Sitaongea sana.
Na umezi list.
Sasa. Now, these are my opinions. Yes, nimezi list. Now, I will agree with Sparta. We are living in changing times, and we are slowly experiencing the change. We are gradually experiencing the change. Whatever we are arguing, okay, we are not arguing. Whatever we are discussing about is the effects, the few effects we've seen. One of them is LGBTQ. Now, somebody somewhere on, I think TikTok or Instagram, alisema the main reason why we are having a lot of, he called them children in the LGBT. Na si watoto, ni watu wakubwa but analeta watoto. Because these people in the LGBTQ are fighting for the attention they never got from their mothers wakiwa wadogo. What were their parents doing? Especially the mothers, they were working. So somehow I would agree with you on that. Okay. Now, point number 2. That effect has extended to, acha to focus na Kenya side. Look at ladies in their 30s and their 40s. Sikiliza Mine and Kenyan in the morning. The things women share that men are putting them through, and well, they're opting to do the exact or better. Things like, I'm choosing to sleep with a young man and I'm not sorry about it because my man chose to go for another young lady. It's an effect of all that. And somehow it's affecting the women mostly in their 30s because mimi kama mwanaume in my 40s, will I go for a lady who is 30 and smart or a lady who is in her 20s and not really smart? I'll go for the easy option, which is in the 20s. An effect of women working. Do you see that angle?
It's also another effect of preference. For example, a man will rather sleep with a very young, beautiful lady than an old woman.
That is young. That is young and beautiful.
30.
That is very old.
You see, for men.
For you, for men.
Most men.
For
For
a lady, not a
most men, yeah. Most
so
men.
what does that push the men who are in their 30s to do? If men in their 40s are going for ladies in their 20s, yeah, men in their 30s will go for the same kind of ladies, right? What about the ladies in this gap? What happens to them? It's why we have a lot of single moms.
Yes, they'll also go for
Another effect of what I was saying.
They go for younger. That's why they are going. No, it's not.
Okay,
See,
what is
Jew.
causing that is
Uh-huh.
the problem with what were you doing in your 20s?
Alan, whatever our parents were doing in their 20s, whatever we are doing in
No,
our 20s.
you as the
No,
lady
listen,
in
whatever
the
they
30s.
were doing and whatever we were doing, they are totally different, but we all want that.
I think I mentioned.
Yeah, if you do the right things in your 20s. Get
Let
married.
me try and explain this. Kumbuka ile story niliwaambia kuhusu ile kitabu. When we as the human race tend to fight ourselves by the name of intellect and nature. These are the same effects tuko naongelelea. These things have to coexist. They can't live separately. The moment we embrace intellect more and subject and dismiss our nature, that's where we go wrong.
Okay.
That's why we'll fight. All these things will happen. That's why we'll have this kind of arguments. Because I prefer intellect more than nature, or I prefer nature more than intellect. These things cannot be separate. It's like the yin and the yang. When there's good, there's bad, and when there's bad, there's good. These things have to coexist.
Yes.
They can't live separately.
And that's why we are having like all these effects. And
Exactly.
now the problem with all of us is that we are competing to be one-sided instead of learning to coexist with all of them. That's why you see, like for example, there was a research that was showing the school system ilitengenezwa out of watu wenye walikuwa wanafanya kazi kwa makampuni whenever they were being taught about something. That school system, the main reason why it's not working right now is because we are slowly evolving out of that indoctrination that we were made. And as a result, remember that system also led to ladies being housewives. Sijasema they're not. Just because a lioness has given birth doesn't mean it won't be fierce.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Same concept with humans. Just because I'm a lady doesn't mean I can't be a housewife. Just because I'm educated and I'm working doesn't mean I can't be a housewife. Okay? Capish? Nimemaliza hiyo point.
Acha niongezee. Kuna hii statement inasemangwa. Would you rather be a gardener, a warrior in a farm than a gardener in a war?
A warrior in a farm?
A warrior in a farm than a farmer in a war.
I prefer to be a farmer in war.
Farmer in a war. That means you'll die easily.
And a warrior in a farm.
A warrior in a farm, you can learn easily. Kwa sababu ukiwa kwa war, you don't have time to learn.
You can adapt.
But you'll die easily.
You adapt quickly and you die easily.
But ukiwa hapa, it's like hii concept ya I'd rather be a dangerous man than a weak man in a dangerous situation. Because if I'm a dangerous man and I have control over it, I know when to strike. Than a weak man in a dangerous situation, I have no clue of what I'm about to do. Not yet.
Okay, thank you. Nataka kumaliza point zangu.
I just want to be now.
Wewe endelea kwa wacha nimalize point zangu. Now, the other thing that makes me disagree with your thinking is because ladies, somehow you see ladies have fashion. It's then again, it goes back to how you are raised, and to some people, their passion comes out of you as a lady having to step in for a man who wasn't there. For instance, if your dad was not there, if he passed on, you didn't have a brother.
That was my point, but how?
Let me finish, please.
Pole.
So, I know somehow it feels like smart women or educated women we are sort of viciously attacking men and not discriminating but leaving behind our roles, our feminine side. It's just that whether ukiangalia most of the women who do the stepping up, they are pushed to naturally. There was no man to do that, so I had to. And with time, even where I go and the kind of people I interact with, I had to do that because they couldn't do it, and I didn't have someone to help me or to show me how to do it. So I had to learn it on my own. Okay?
Okay,
Point yangu ya mwisho.
Before Maliza, I have a question. Why are there independent women and not independent men?
Because there's nothing else. Hakuna kitu kama independent women. we are all humans, we need each other to coexist. Hakuna story independence. That is just a fallacy, for the lack of a better.
Independent women mean basically
what they say as independent women are women who can provide for themselves sort of financially. And if you look closely,
because they are not supposed to.
If you look closely, it's okay if they are supposed to or not supposed to. If they don't have a man to do that, they'll have to step up. If you look closely, those people are ni hao watu wanasema they were pushed to step in, but wakifika in their 30s and their 40s when now I feel like I have it all, you now start looking for a man to actually love the, you know, the character in you, the morals in you, the woman in you, the feminine in you. Wacha niseme point yangu ya mwisho. Mtaendelea na hilo.
Now, point inaniwasha.
Najua
hold it.
Hold it.
Hold your horses.
Now there's this thing, and this is now for men. Now this whole effect that you're experiencing is all, for me, I feel like it's an attack on black men. If there are no seeds for women to fertilize and give birth to, what does it lead to? No children. No children, no generation. No generation, no black people. Simple.
Like I said,
And if nimemaliza.
Hiyo point yako ya
Mic down.
Hiyo point yako ya feminine, it's now my time to embrace my feminine, because of why all this time suppress your feminine energy when you can just express it wholesomely in an environment where a man who knows their responsibility, I'm a man and I know what I'm supposed to do. Because a female will not at any point step up to become masculine if she feels safe, she feels protected, she feels loved in a masculine energy.
And that's why I said that because ukiangalia msichana sana it happened in her childhood. And if it happened in her childhood, akigrow, she doesn't believe that I'm safe here, or this man actually loves me, or, you know, I'm being protected by this man. They don't believe it. It's until they give it to themselves first that they'll believe, now I can receive it for someone else. Because there's always this, it's like a notion in your mind, if he doesn't give me that, I can always walk away.
Because I feel with this kind of society, this kind of society that we embrace, we are raising weak men. Men who are rapists, men who are those are weak men.
And that's why you see, even we have a problem with men sort of handling the so-called smart women or educated women.
Why?
They're weak.
In society, we are just raising weak men. Men who can't step up unafika kwa place ati 50-50 bill na dem.
Hata umeenda mbali. For me, I usually just look at Katasikale leo tukikuja. There was a mama anapanda gari na kuna mbaba. But because this guy is so focused on, you know, getting into the car, you couldn't give the mother with the child the courtesy of her going first. You had to push her back and her child for you to go in first. Then, wow, come on, wanakuja wengi wasipo, you know, life moves on.
That is on women because they wanted
simple
equality.
Now you see, that's another problem we are having as Africans, actually as humans.
From the word go, men
finger pointing without taking responsibility. You know, I hear people say that yes, there was women empowerment, as if there were no men when those decisions about women empowerment were made. They were there, they just chose not to do anything. And they didn't think about the younger men that are coming up. And now those younger men, tunawaita weak men. They're the ones struggling, you know, to, I don't know, try and fight for men. And that's why we keep saying right now, boy child sahi ni ngumu kupata kazi, na mnasema girl child it's easy for us, right? it's
your
not that
history.
your men didn't, it's not that men who are older than you didn't work. They did, they just never worked forward. Professor Lumumba usually says, as men, actually not as men, but as adults, we need to work forward. What is working forward? Working forward is acha kujifikiria, start thinking, start working ukifikiria for your kids, the generation that is coming next. That is what men, when women empowerment was being planned and, I don't know, executed, the men that were in charge then, that's what they need to do.
Wewe tumedigress hadi ile swali yangu ya toxic workers, fellow workers. Sijui kama tutaiweza na hii episode. Anyway, guys, tupatie your comments on this hapo kwa comment section. Wasako live tutaziangalia baadaye. Don't forget to share, subscribe and like. Adios.
Adios muchachos. Mwah.
Adios.